soul sailing. So I didn't do a reading yesterday. I gave you all of Sunday off. Took a Sunday off myself. But we on Saturday, for a while it looked like we weren't sure what exactly was happening in Iran, and I, I was I wasn't hopeful, but I really wished that something good would come out of it. But as the dust settles, it appears that's not going to be the case. It appears this is going to be a bigger clusterfuck than the invasion of Iran or the invasion of Iraq or Afghanistan. And this is serious business. So they killed Khamenei, Ayatollah Khamenei, which was, I mean, you know, they usually haven't had much success with that sort of stuff in airstrikes. But apparently the dude knew that they were going to kill him. He was completely prepared for it. He had put into place basically a dead man switch like Virginia Giuffre had that forced the release of the Epstein files when they murdered her. Um, the So they had a whole second wave of people to run the war waiting in the wings to take over if the top leaders were taken out. And they did, and apparently they're bombing the shit out of Israel, which, um, I mean, Israel, basically giving them a taste of their own medicine. It's what they've been doing to their neighbors and to Gaza and, 20, 30 years. But it's not good. It's a mess. It's a complete disaster. And there's as far as the stated goal of stopping their weapons of mass destruction program, where have I heard that before? Um, and yeah, the people that are taking over, the guy they killed was the one who was most opposed to developing a nuclear bomb. So we'll see how that goes. Um, they're set up. I mean, they've got. This is not going to be easy. They're going to be. There's going to be some missiles flying here, and it's going to be bad news in the Red Sea and the Straits of Hormuz. I mean, they basically shut off oil supply to Europe and China. That's going to go over real well, and we're going to see huge spike in fuel prices. It's going to be crazy, and it looks like this thing's going to drag out for quite some time. What are you? Where it is? Where it is so sunny? I'm in the tropics. I live on a sailboat. I actually got my first sailboat in Lake Superior up in the Great Lakes, and let me tell you, in February or March, early March, you're not going to be out on Lake Superior on a sailboat because it's you might be out on ice skates or ice fishing or something. But anyway, yeah. So this is it looks like. It looks like we're in for a real mess right now. I mean, I don't know how many of you remember what happened in Libya, but they basically sent in troops and they stuck a shiv up Gaddafi's bunghole. I mean, they stabbed him in the butt with a big knife and killed him. And Libya went from being one of the most, I think it was the most prosperous country in Africa with the highest standard of living and the best educational system, to having open slave markets in the streets of Tripoli. I mean, so are we going to see something like that happen in Iran? Well, the hardliners are in charge right now, so that part of the situation is not changing anytime soon. I don't know what we're going to do. now they're talking about sending in boots on the ground. It's like that's going to go swimmingly. I mean, Iran is the size of like twice the size of Texas, and they have 90 million people. They've got, they've got boots on the ground there too. It's and the initial opposition to who knows what's going on. We don't know. I mean, I hear, I don't really believe anybody what they say, because some people, they want to get rid of the theocratic government, and I don't blame them. And they tell me one thing, but then you get people that work with the Iranian government and stuff that say something completely different. So, um, but I think it's pretty clear that what we got is a big damn mess over there right now. Hi. So, what's going to happen? I don't know. Let's. I hope for the best, but now Starmer and Macron and Merz are talking about sending in troops. You know, the whole world sees this as Israel's war, and they see us as Israel's lapdog. The U.S. is Israel's lapdog, and Netanyahu wants them to fight a war with whoever, Iran or Iraq or Syria or whatever. We just go in. He just whips out the video that Epstein filmed of them, molesting children, having sacrifice and shit like that. And they got bipartisan support for a war with Iran, because anybody who's in Washington D.C., virtually everybody. I'm pretty sure Ron Paul wasn't caught in a honey trap, and maybe one or two others, maybe Thomas Massey, who knows, but. The rest of them, I mean, they didn't get to those positions of power without playing that game, without being part of the big club. So, yeah, so we got to, let's see what the cards have to say about this situation, because it's actually really grim. It's getting grimmer by the day. If how much support? I mean, Merz, Macron, and Starmer all barely have control of. They don't have like a ruling majority in their own governments. They can't. And right now, I've been seeing support for the war at between 20 and 30%, whereas support for like the war with Iraq, it was like 80% or 90%, and or 70 anyway. And Afghanistan was like 90%, and even Syria had a 70% support for war, and we didn't go into war with Syria. So so having a 60% people not approving was enough to keep us from having the war. So, I mean, we got like a 70 to 80% not approval. There is no support, and it's not support with, like I said, Trump ran as the peace president. He was going to get a Nobel Peace Prize, well, for whatever that's worth. But the Nobel, the whole the entire freaking Scandinavian government was apparently banging children at Pedophile Isle with Epstein. So that just goes to show you how much stock to put in a Nobel Prize. But you were so. Yeah. A lot of people supported Trump because he was going to be the peace president. He was going to be the first president that didn't, fight wars. And I mean, really, I remember when Iraq, the build up to the war in Iraq, Netanyahu came and spoke to Congress, and there's not even congressional approval for there's not even congressional approval for this war. Like the War Powers Act wasn't even invoked. This is all. I mean, if this doesn't end quickly and cleanly, Trump's going to lose the midterm and he's going to be impeached. And if he's impeached and there's a Democratic House and Congress, he's going to get convicted and removed from office. I mean, this is crazy. So let's see what the cards have to say. I just got a text from my buddy who's I'm doing another podcast with him, and I've been working on my plumbing all day. So, is this going to be a quagmire? Is this going to be like a decades long mess that we just open up? Or is this going to be something that's going to end clean? Because we don't even know how they define victory or what the goal of this is. It was like Bibi Netanyahu said we got to go to war with Iran, so I guess we got to go to war with Iran. We're not sure why. WMDs, maybe he brought out a cartoon drawing of bombs like Wile E. Coyote or something. So this is the signifier. So this is fiery, impetuous action. Yeah, and I guess we got that. We got that in spades right now. And here's the overall situation, and the overall situation is stability. So maybe we and here's the gateway, and that's poverty. So you know what? Maybe this, the banking system is utterly and completely on the verge of collapsing. Maybe this is saying that this war is going to bring down the whole economic system. And here's the root is betrayal. And I feel pretty betrayed. I didn't vote for Trump. I haven't voted for any president since 1992 because I wasn't too happy with the results then. I haven't been too happy with the options since then. But yeah, if anybody voted for Trump because he thought he was a peace president, that he was going to not do the wars, I guess we all were pretty betrayed. I hoped he was right on that. I didn't trust him, but and this is the current situation, and we're in a prison, but in a prison of our own making. So how does that work? Here's a psychological future, and that's joy. Maybe, and here's the future, and that's that's arrow through the heart, but like an arrow of compassion and community and partnership. So, and here our fear is strength, and our fear. You know what this is? This is owning your personal sovereignty. See how she's got that lion? She's wrestling the lion, and she's that's controlling. That's taking charge of your own self, your own inner self. And we're afraid to own our personal sovereignty. We want to abdicate our personal sovereignty to other people. And here's the astrological energy, and that is exactly where we're at right now. This is the desires. This is the Queen of Wands. So we really want compassion. We want a leadership that is compassionate. We want to, and here's the final outcome, the Wheel of Fortune. Basically, we're going to get out of this what we put into it, and that's a little scary. And here, this modifies the Strength card for fears, and that's we become our own controllers of our own future when we master our fears. And this modifies the astrological energy, and that's chaos right now. We're in complete chaos. We're in world-changing chaos, to get through this, we need to have a willing sacrifice. And this modifies the Queen of Wands. So what that is partnership and community is how we take ownership of our personal sovereignty and quit abdicating it to outside forces. And this tells me that this is modifies the final outcome. And we're going to get out of this what we put into it. If we take ownership of our own power, of our personal sovereignty, then we can we're going to find genuine joy. We're going to find a place of comfort and strength and stability. But if we and we do that by finding community, by finding partnership, and that's what's going to happen. But how things work out, we've been so deeply betrayed to get to this point. Hey, some of you have been watching for a long time, so if you could give it a like, subscribe, and also share this, because we're so heavily shadow banned. We've been betrayed. This is all built on betrayal, and right now, I mean, this is Saturn conjunct with Neptune, and that's exactly what's happening. And we're going to have to give something up. We're going to have to make a willing sacrifice for that. And it's probably going to cost us pretty dearly. I mean, we're headed, I think it's a pretty safe bet. I mean, think those of you who live in the United States or anywhere, I guess, for that matter, but how well prepared are you for gas prices to shoot up $10 a gallon, $10, $12 a gallon? I mean, how well are you prepared for like a huge spike in your electricity costs? Just fixed costs that you have to spend every month. There aren't like discretionary income. You got to go to work. You can't earn money to pay for your gas bill if you can't buy gas for your car, right? And I think part of what's going to happen, I think we're headed for real poverty. I mean, we're looking at economic collapse. Because the banking system was so fragile already going in. And I talked about this a lot on the video nobody watched the other day about silver. And this is going to break it. This is going to break the back of an already crippled system. It's end of the road, end of the show. And I guess how well you prepared for a world beyond, a world where we don't have, somebody to take care of us, where we have to take care of ourselves, where we're our own sovereigns, we're our own kings, our own presidents, our own leaders, our own priests, our own shaman. And if you prepared for that, I think this is going to be okay. I think we're actually going to find a place of real joy. But how we come out really depends on what we put into this. So, and in the end, we're just going to have to wait. Hello, I can ask, are groceries cheaper than the U.S. in the U.S. than under Biden? I don't know. I haven't been in the U.S., but I know when I went to the U.S. in 2024, I spent ungodly amounts of money just on groceries. It was shocking. I got in Panama. I picked up 3 dozen eggs for the price of less than what I was paying for 1 dozen, 2 years ago in the United States. I don't think it is cheaper. I mean, I still see inflation numbers are going up. They're just going up more slowly, and employment numbers aren't good. And really, I mean, I don't see any real improvements, no matter. And the fact that, like, the Trump administration looks to these same numbers that they claimed were being rigged under Biden, which they were, and they are being rigged, like the different unemployment, the different unemployment scales or whatever. They have like different measurements, and they don't, and like inflation, they don't count energy or housing costs. So you tell me what's bigger inflation, your rent or your home payments, or in your groceries or in gasoline, or what is like coffee, I suppose, is discretionary for some of us, but I sure like my coffee. um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard that things have gotten cheaper in the US in the last year. um, I don't know. I don't really have any intention to go back to the. I am gonna go. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be going through Florida on my way to Norway. So I got to stop and do some banking business. So I guess I'll find out what the Kroger's or whatever the grocery stores are in the Florida Keys, what groceries are like there. Um, they, I don't know. We'll find out. Um, so, I thank you guys for watching. Thanks for giving a few likes, and thank you for sticking with me this long. And make sure what you put into this is from your heart, and it's something that you feel good about, that it follows natural law. Make sure that whatever you put into this situation doesn't impose on other people's personal sovereignty. Take care of yourself and your community and your family. Don't don't try to tell everybody else what to do and boss anybody around. Just just do the right thing. Follow your heart. Don't do anything that doesn't seem right to you, and I think you will all get through this pretty well. I don't think the leaders are going to get through this very well. I think the whole European clown car is going up in smoke. I mean, they don't have. They've been like France has been in some. The government's been in some state of dissolution for like 2 years, a year and a half. Uh, the and the UK government, Starmer is like, I mean, he probably can't even go speak in public without getting, teabagged, you know. And Macron, I don't think he's exactly, I think of the three, Mertz and I think Mertz is the least likely to get, grabbed by a mob and, you know, Joan of Arc. But it could happen to him too. So, yeah, I think this is going to be. This is. I think. I mean, this is the gate. This is the gateway right here, and this is poverty. I think we've got some real hard economic times coming up. I don't think. I think all your paper might be worth nothing because it's not even paper, it's digital. All your, like, say you own SLV certificates instead of physical silver. You don't actually have the paper, so you can't even use it for toilet tissue, you know what I mean? It's all ones and zeros on your computer, and it's going to be worth about as much as ones and zeros on your computer. It's going to be about as useful. I think gold's starting to shoot up again. Silver is going up. It still hasn't got to the record high it was at about 6 weeks ago, but it's still, it's still pretty high. I think it actually might be a good time to buy physical silver if you can get it. But remember what the price of silver is. They're putting a premium on it, so you're paying. It used to be. When I bought silver, I don't know, I think I paid like $11 an ounce for most of it. I don't know so if I bought if I sent, say, $11,000 to Peter Schiff, to Schiff Gold, I think it was more like, I think there was maybe about $1,100 premium on that. So it was like a 10% premium, 8 or 9% premium. And I think that's way up now. If you can buy physical silver and gold, they put a huge premium on it. I think it's like $18 or something an ounce right now. Think about that. I paid $11 an ounce for my silver, and it's now you're paying a fee just to buy it of more than that. Gold is the same thing. So, but even so, I think it's still, if you can get your hands on physical silver, I think you can still make some money. 720 now. Add the context. Now add the context. It's illegal to pray in your own home in Scotland. Yeah. Wonder why we all hate Yanks. Well, it's us. It's us versus Islam now, whether we like it or not. It's like, well, hello. Can I ask this girl? So yeah, somebody says here it's us versus Islam. Who's us? I mean, I guess if I had to call myself something, I might be maybe an agnostic. I don't know. Um, uh, maybe a maybe a collective anarchist. I don't know. Um, I don't subscribe to any ism. So us, I don't know who us versus them is. It's because you know people that try to tell me how to live my life, just like they come and tell me that I'm a sinner or whatever, and I'm doing this and that wrong. It's like, you know, go fuck yourself. It's like, come to my boat and tell me that if you're brave. If I'll probably just laugh at you. But if I'm in a mood, you might go swimming. Um, and the So I don't want any theocracy. I don't want any kind of cracy. I want to be left alone. I want to take care of myself and my family and my community. I want to, that's kind of how people live on sailboats. I mean, the community is phenomenal here. You meet the most incredible people. They're all a little batshit crazy, I will say. So I fit in. It's uh, uh, let's see. Is the rest of the world you will all see? What? Who is them and us? I mean, the rest of the world. What do you mean, like Norwegians? I mean, that's part of the rest of the world. The Japanese are them or us? You know what I mean? How about in Ethiopia? They have a huge Christian community. Is are the Christians in Ethiopia us, and all the Muslims in Ethiopia them? I mean, I don't think they really have a problem in Ethiopia between the Muslims and the Jews. They got a lot of Jews in Ethiopia too. I think the Jews and the Muslims and the Christians all live in pretty harmonious life in Ethiopia. So does the us and them, is it based on religion? I mean, the rest of the world. You mean like Nancy Pelosi is American in theory, and what's his name, that jackass from California? So Nancy Pelosi as an American is us. Is Miriam Adelson us? I mean, who is us? Is it that are the people, are the pagans, are like all the pagans living in Sedona us? Are the it's us and them. It's not a thing. It's you know this really, I'm glad you brought that up, because how they control, who us is? Us is every single one of us. Doesn't I don't care if you're a born again Christian, I don't care if you're Islamic, I don't care if you're Jewish, a Hasidic Jew, um, uh, you're something, oh, hey, thank you. I'm a sensible American. So I don't care if you're an atheist, a pagan. I have dear friends who are pagans in Sedona. I have dear friends who are born again Christians living on boats. I have dear friends who are Jewish My best friend in the world is a Jewish woman, and I have I have friends who are Christians living in Norway. I have friends who are atheists living in Sweden, and potheads living in Amsterdam. It's we're they want us to fight, divide and conquer. Their goal, if you're attacking other people on this thread, this conversation, you're attacking people in this community of people who watch these videos. You know what? Maybe then you are them. You're the enemy, and us is all the people that just can get along and don't fight with each other. It's like they want us to be yelling at each other so that we don't see that they're all raping the same children and performing the same satanic sacrifices at Epstein's pedophile Isle temple that he had on there. I mean, they want us to fight with each other so we don't see what they're doing, because they are reptiles. They're reptiles, and they all have to be. I have to. My battery saver says no thanks. They're. We can't. Let's not fight like that. I mean, people that don't support Jeffrey Epstein and his pedophile friends, and people that don't support the elected officials who do whatever Israel tells them to do because they have video of them committing pedophilia and probably satanic sacrifices. It's like that, are you on their side or are you on the human side? How about this? How about we have humans and reptiles? Let's say the people that are all doing this demonic crap, worshiping the whatever, sacrificing children. How about they're the other, they're the them, they're the enemy. And how about us? The rest of us are all of those of us who are decent human beings who take care of each other. Yeah. Well, let's do what we can, huh? Thank you guys for watching this long, and if you could, give it a like, subscribe, and share this if you think it has any value at all. If you think it could help people, I have to run my batteries. I'm getting battery warnings. I've been working all day. I didn't have time to charge my phone. I was using it for a flashlight. I was working on some plumbing in my bathroom and my boat, one of my captain's bathroom, my bathroom. So anyway, I got no water at the moment. So thank you, and love you all, and see you probably tomorrow.